Well, why does OBS still show the map, but I see a loading screen in front of me? That's weird. Oh, there we go.
Irving,
We did it, Rose. Red Hill is ours.
yes, it's great news, really, but, I was wondering, would it be alright for me to go and see my parents?
Oh, yes, of course. You're a great fighter and friend, but you're no prisoner to us. If you want to go home, no one will think less of you for it. Speak of yourself, for yourself, Irving. We've been through so much, Rose. You'd really leave us behind and sit at home while the kingdom burns?
Actually, I just meant for an hour or two. I just want them to know I'm alright.
Say hello from Benji.
Okay.
How do you feel, Irving? Ah, well, I seem to have escaped the worst of it. Why? Do I look alright?
This is the start of a new chapter for us. We aren't fighting to survive anymore.
We're fighting to build something better. That will take some getting used to.
Less than you might imagine.
But whatever we destroy, we must pledge to rebuild. We will, and we honor our oaths. That we do. Alright, chapter 22, Canopy Bridge. We're getting there, bit by bit, through this game. Bit by bit. Man, I have a whole lot of... Ow, my joints! Whole lot of hours here. My goodness, I must say. Still no luck with the soul anchors. There's still places I haven't looked, but I'm not optimistic. Akmenos must be contained inside one of them, no? From what I can determine, yes. However, there's no telling what other safeguards he has in place to evade detection. Perhaps he's able to conceal his presence somehow, or freely move from one anchor to another without my knowledge. Or it's possible I've been less than diligent in my search thus far. I may have simply missed him. That's something I can rule out immediately, Elias. You're thorough to the core. If anyone could find Akmenos, it's you. Thank you. Stay strong, my friend. The necromancer will face justice yet.
Irving, do you have a moment?
Something tells me you have good news, Maeve. We've had a breakthrough with the staff. It turns out it's even more remarkable than we thought. I thought we were just talking with Elias about that, and he was saying no luck. I guess different aspects of researching the staff? I don't know. The staff is not only of exceptional construction and design, it's one of a kind. None like it, before or since. The wood originates from the trunk of an ancient tree species known as Barascan. Its myths tell of a sap like blood, roots like veins, and bark like mottled skin. One could say the tree occupies a space between flora and fauna, truly at home in neither classification, but existing in both. It's likely this is why the staff exerts such strong influence over the souls caught in the chasm between this life and the next. So Akmenos found this Barascan and took its power for himself. Not quite. The staff's original owner was a sorcerer who lived before the calamity. He gave it to the name Merumak, which I'm still attempting to translate. We know little else of this sorcerer's life. Beyond that, he seemed to be driven by a desperate desire to resurrect a deceased lover. Perhaps Merumak was her name, or perhaps it's something completely unrelated. But what does this long-gone sorcerer have to do with Akmenos? How did the staff end up in his hands? I'm asking myself the same things. If we know first, you'll know second. Rest assured of that. Well then. The obvious choice, is it? Yes. When we took Red Hill, we cut him off from his supply of grain. With Canopy Bridge, we'd stand a good chance of keeping him from the arms and armor he'd need to retake it.
It's close, which makes things a whole lot easier. We could strike quickly before anyone knows we're coming.
From the sound of things, they're already expecting us.
What do you mean?
Supposedly, they stationed an inspection party on the bridge to prevent contraband and propaganda from slipping into the capital. The locals, however, say the size and equipment of the group tell a different story. They seem to be preparing for a far more violent confrontation. Then we strike there first. If we split up, we can surround the soldiers on the bridge. We should be able to make short work of them, or at least buy our troops enough time to take the east and west city. What makes you so sure? I've seen what they were. I can't words. I've seen what we're capable of when we stick to a plan. Varric is arrogant. He overestimates the strength of his men. We can take anything that Oathbreaker throws at us. Lincoln, are you sure this would help as much as you say? There are other trade routes in Delia. What did the caravans bring over the bridge anyway?
Oh, lots of things. Beautiful gems and jewelry from Newlice, and fine robes and dresses from Carmont. At least, I think it's Carmont.
Clothes and jewelry? I'm not sure that's worth our time.
And swords, shields, helmets, and all that stuff too. But I was always more interested in the bows.
Ah, I see. Well then, it seems there is not much else to discuss.
Well, if you want to get on the other side of the bridge, I know some super secret river crossings that can get us there.
Perfect. We run a pincer on them while the rest of our forces secure the town. They won't be able to send reinforcements.
Good. All this talking of battles got me itching to make some.
We should be cautious. So far we've had Varric on the run, but he's getting desperate. Who knows what he'll try next. Dog is most dangerous when cornered. Huh, Varric's no dog. He's more like a ferret. Hey, I hope you didn't hear that, Butter. Whoop. Loading. Ah, we're back at camp again. We have returned once again. My, oh my, morning Reggie Bump. How are you doing today? Oh, stretch out my arms. I might buy some more, things again. We're at 18k. So maybe we'll buy like 1, 2, 3? Sure, that, I guess. Let's see our bonds here. Let's see what we've got, huh? Well, you paid absolutely no attention to my advice. Should I take that as a compliment? Absolutely, you should. Because you know what? That was my plan all along. Reverse psychology. I learned that from a wizard I met back in Carmont. It's when you get someone to do something by telling them to do the opposite. Yeah, I know what reverse psychology is. You do now. That's something you gotta remember in life. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new. So what did you learn today, Faust? I learned I'm traveling with one badass, brilliant kid wizard, that's what. Impressive.
Definitely.
Honestly, it is. I'm an old dog. New tricks don't come easy. But don't let me take all the credit. You worked hard to get where you are. That's your next lesson. Look at that, 2 for 1 special. In life, other people are going to try to take credit for your accomplishments. It's inevitable. But you just remember all the blood, sweat, tears, and anything else I don't want to know about that you put into it. Whatever it is. No one can take that away from you. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I may have helped you out a lot, but don't forget to give yourself some credit too. Thanks, Faust. I definitely won't do that. Excellent. I'm glad we linked up, man. We're like long lost brothers or something, I swear to the gods.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think secretly Marin always wanted an extra brother. Oh yeah, okay, maybe not brothers exactly, but something real close. Just not like in a blood way, you get me? Yeah, I think I do. Man, what did I say? We are unstoppable. Welp. Alright, let's just see here. Can I help you? Oh, no, that's alright. Just taking a look at your, rings.
Very nice.
Ah, I see. Yes, they have quite a spectacular sheen in this light, don't they? Where did you get them? Which one? All of them.
Absurd.
That would take hours to tell. How about the little magenta one then, on your pinky? Gods have all your choices, Sophia. I got that one from a friend, back home, in Silver Garden. Sounds like she must have been a very special friend. What makes you think? Yes, she was a special friend, for a time.
Well,
Hey, not every friendship can be like mine and Sloane's. As soon as we met, we both knew it was for life.
Explain.
Is that so? I wonder if Sloane would say the same. I don't wonder, I know she would. By the way, my ferret isn't a human or a spy. What makes you so sure? I asked him.
Absurd.
Oh, did he raise his right paw and swear an oath to you? No, but he shook his head, quite clearly. That is troubling. Very troubling. Welp. Yeah, poor Caius lost some mastery in the last battle. Alright, Iris, let me ask you something. I want you to think over our last fight. Try to remember all the different ways you use your abilities. Where are you going with this? Just try it. Can you do that? Alright, I remember. Now, here's my question. Did you do some of those things, no, any of those things, when we first met? Some of them, but for the most part, no. And then there you have it. That's progress. What do you want me to say, Caius? That you were right all along? Wouldn't hurt. Well, you were. Seems obvious now, but it wasn't back then. I know. That's always how it is. Honestly, I don't think I would have ever imagined the things I can do now. And think about the difference between who you were then and who you are now. What is it? Divine act or special talent? Or just time and persistence? That reminds me of something my parents used to say. The ones the minstrels sing about are just the ones who take the longest to give up. A wise saying. I think that's why I tried to stay in New Lice for so long. I wanted to make it work. I thought maybe I could be the exception. The one adept who successfully hid her nature and went on to become a noble lady. You were destined to be exceptional in other ways, clearly. Besides, I'm sure your parents are glad to know you're safe. Relatively safe, at least. It's better this way. Dangers ahead of me now are the ones I choose? That's right. Do they know about our mission? No, I haven't written them since
Hold
I
on.
left. Really? Why not?
no.
I don't know. I guess I worry it would hurt them to hear from me. I worry they might miss out on me. I just heard her sighing behind me. Just letting out a big sigh. Iris, I have no doubt they miss you now. I'm sure it would comfort them to hear from you. When you get a chance, you should write to them. They're your family. I think I'd give just about anything to have a problem like that. There must have been someone who looked after you in Concordio, no? There was. Haliska. He was a shopkeep. Is he still alive? As far as I know. Have you written to him?
I guess I haven't. Well, rather than call you a hypocrite, I'll make you a deal. You write Heliska, and I'll write my parents. A letter for a letter. How's that
Works for
sound?
me.
Like a fair deal.
Good. And if you're right about my parents, I think they'll both be glad to hear from us, don't you?
Yes, I think they will. Neato, what do we have here?
I believe I understand what you meant now, Arima. Flashes of the past. I see them too.
And what do they look like?
Faces of good people. My people. Moments before they met their doom.
Swift Harbor haunts you.
Failed my people.
How could it not? Some of those we slew were the people I devoted myself to protecting. What if that's why even one of them faltered, let their guard down? Because they saw me and trusted me.
And they must trust also in your higher purpose.
How could they have known?
Sarah, when you took on this mission, to prevent the misuse of the aspects, you became responsible for more than just your own people. All the inhabitants of Etland, if not those beyond, now trust us to protect them against a threat greater than any army. And you have never forgotten them. You have never betrayed that trust.
Then why do I still see them, their faces? Why isn't it enough to accept that it was all for a greater purpose?
Because you found your arena.
Not sure what you mean.
I mean your leadership of this group. No doubt your parents prepared you for it from an early age. You chose to take action when others would not. It's no wonder that weighs heavy on your heart.
Surely not.
The others look to Irving as their leader, not me.
Misunderstand.
Outwardly, yes. But you guide from the shadows. That itself is a mark of leadership. The pursuit not of praise, but the good of the many. Just think, without you, Irving might have perished in some petty skirmish with no knowledge of the aspects. I would still be sparring in the wastes. Nothing would stand in the way of the most sinister plot this age has known.
Plot which still may come to pass.
Not while we yet live.
No, we seem to have made sure of that now.
You brought us here, where we were always meant to stand. All that's left is to take the final step.
Lead where it may, I'm glad it's side by side with a friend.
How else could it be done?
I don't ever want to know.
Wow, my throat is getting tired of speaking in different ways. Ah! Sometimes I think I can already hear the heralds. Soyern falls to the princesses of Aramor.
How about Soyern liberated by Delian revolutionaries?
Alongside two princesses of Aramor.
That's a detail that might be better left out of the histories.
Unlikely.
I'm not sure you'll be so lucky, but Corvin would be the one to talk to you about that.
Believe me, we've talked. What will you do?
After this is over?
After we've won.
Here's a refreshing bit of optimism. Well, assuming I'm still in one piece, I think I'll return to Concordio.
Don't you worry you'll be arrested?
Well,
Not with a pardon from two princesses.
I'm not sure we'll have that power, Kais. How Darius will react once he's learned our full story remains to be seen.
Well, pardon or no, home is home.
And what if you're recognized?
By the townsfolk? Hopefully I will
not
be.
likely.
As far as the other soldiers go, I'm afraid anyone who knew of my desertion has more than likely perished. We were never far from the front lines of any battle, well before the incident at Swift Harbor.
And I'm glad you fled when you did.
Won't you return, whatever your uncle decides?
I don't know.
If he banished you, the people will be outraged. Lay so much as a hand on you and all of Armor may well rise to your defense.
I suppose that's what I'm worried about. My people have seen enough bloodshed. Can I justify an ounce more, just to see the inside of the royal palace
Hold on.
again?
Respectfully, Princess, I don't think you need to justify anything. You've served your people faithfully, at home and abroad. Your home is your home, and if your people want to make sure you're welcome there, that's their right.
I only hope it won't come to that.
Likewise, I'm not sure King Darius would put much stock in the testimony of a deserter, but if I can be of any help, I will be. You can count on it.
I know I can. You've not let me down yet.
I can easily say the same. So can all of your people. Seems to me there's not any use in changing that now.
No, there's not.
So that's all our support. So, whoa. We'll do upgrades quick, and then that might be a good place to wrap up the stream because I've been streaming for 3 hours, 20 minutes-ish of this session right now. I was already streaming Metopia earlier. My throat's getting tired. What upgrades do we have here? Who might want a... Like, I could use a couple tier 1s here. Is what I could do. I'm currently leaning towards Bianca for my tier 1s at the moment. I mean, I could give these to Marin, I guess, for, like, accuracy. This is more accuracy anyway, until we, like, upgrade things here, but, you know. This is a good place to use this as well, I think. Yeah. And then, yeah. We can do, like... Sure. Cool. Something like that. That still has more damage, though, so maybe that was a waste. I don't know. I don't know, man. Well, I use it now. I have a couple tier 2 tokens. Where do I want to use those? I can always just, like, you know, Cool. Yeah, let's do that, I suppose. And then for our tier 3s... the best is our highest level now, wow. Yeah, let's do that, I guess. Yeah, I should not have used those there. My goodness gracious, that was a waste. Yeah, Sarissa, if you're interested in stabbing your foes from halfway across the battlefield, the Sarissa is long enough. Sarissa, whatever the heck. Yeah, we'll go with that. Meteor. Send a superheated rock hurdling? I guess that's how that... for whatever reason, I always imagine in my head as, like, hurling. But I guess hurdling is also that for massive damage. Okay, well... I mean, could, but... Let's see... Could do it with Garrock, or Sophia, or Iris, even. Could do it with a whole bunch of nerds. Maybe Alden. I'm leaning towards Alden. I'll do Alden. Yeah. There we go, look at it. Look at that. Okay, we are getting there. 31.5 hours, not including resets. With resets, according to Steam, I'm at 36 hours in this game. Well then. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be somewhere from 40 to 50 hours that this game will have taken me. My goodness, I got in over my head. My goodness, but I freaking take my time with these kinds of games, I guess. But with that, that's gonna be where I wrap things up. I would normally stream for longer. I usually go into the night for a while. But my throat is actually getting really tired, so I need to take a break here. So, thanks all who stopped by and hung out. And until next time, I guess, see ya.